Hello and welcome to my X-Men Days of Future Past review full of spoilers. Yes, this is going to be trying to get the camera right present. Okay, a spoiler-filled review. Let me take a quick sip of water. Okay. Yes. I saw X-Men Days of Future Past on Saturday. I've just been able to make this video. I'd already just been able to. Anyway. And I thought it was a pretty awesome film, to say the least. So let's get into sort of the discussion of it. There was lots of things in there which I probably missed. I might admit, because I've only seen it once, so I might have to go back and see it again, and if I see anything else, I'll point it out. There's something that happens in the film that is probably something that the fans have been wanting for a while, and it involves, dare I say it, yes, X-Men's The Last Stand, I believe it's called. Yeah, it involves that, basically. There's a thing that completely and utterly destroys that film, basically. Because you know how this is a time travel film, and it's all about time travel, and yeah. There's something that happens in 1973, I think it was, that completely erases all the events of X-Men's Last Stand. So, my question is, what else has changed in the X-Men's universe? Because the story basically is Wolverine sent back to 1973, I think, to stop the Sentinels from being created, and to basically stop the war on mutants and humans and humans that have mutant genes and stuff, and it all revolves around Mystique, basically, because Mystique kills the creator of the Sentinel program, and then she's captured by, I forget the guy's name, but the guy who experimented on Wolverine and gave him the adamantium claws, basically. That guy, and I was gonna say, oh yeah, I think captured her, and then they, took stuff from her like bone marrow and stuff, and they used that to create the Sentinels, and that's how they can take the powers of any other mutant because of that thing, because they have the special thing. Anyway, so basically they have to stop her from killing him. And I love how in the film it's like at that moment when she kills him, it's kind of like that's it. She becomes a stone cold killer after that. It's like, but in the whole thing, it's like we're gonna try and stop that from happening, which I think is quite good. It's all that moral dilemma about her specifically, and that's brilliant. And I was gonna say, yeah. So yeah, what else is good about the film? I can't think. There's so much good things in it. Oh yeah, this is perhaps one of the biggest spoilers that will ever be revealed in the X-Men universe. So if you haven't seen the film, well, it's a bit too late now. But oh well. Yes, Jean Grey is alive now. That is confirmed. That is 160% confirmed. If I get taken off of YouTube for saying that, oh well. But the film's out, so it's pretty much legal. Yeah, like I said, X-Men Last Stand, X-Men 3, gone, non-existent. Sorry. So Jean Grey is alive. So we're not too sure exactly what happened. We're going to assume that she didn't become the Phoenix, and she pretty much is now alive and back into the thing. We saw Cyclops temporarily in the film with new glasses on, which looked awesome. I must admit, his new glasses looked awesome for the film. Professor X's chair looks awesome. It's brand new and awesome. And at the end of the film, Wolverine basically says, because he's changed time basically at the end of the film, and it's just like to Professor X, you're gonna have to fill me in on the last however many years it was. I think 50 or something, so years or whatever, and because everything's changed, he has no idea what's going on. Because Jean Grey's alive for starters. So what else is new? You know, what else is new? The one thing they never did explain, though, about the film is how Magneto got his powers back. But I'm going to assume that the cure from the third film was either non-existent, as in it doesn't really matter about it, because what's the word? Because it, what I can't remember what I was going to say. Yeah, it doesn't work properly. It doesn't work properly on certain mutants, or Magneto just had the willpower to grab his powers back. Because I think it's more, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, both of the old cast and the new cast is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I love how they, go back and forth. It's mainly the 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever it is called. I don't know, whenever it was. 70s, I think. Time slot, and then you see brief cuts to Patrick Stewart and everyone else in the future, which is kind of awesome. I would have liked to have seen a bit more of Magneto, future Magneto, in this film. But it's alright. I'm not sure who the cast is for the next film, but I'm sure we'll get to see more whoever it is in that film. Because the next one is Apocalypse, which looks pretty awesome, I must admit. Oh yeah, there was at the end of the film there's a clip which I'm going to talk about right now. I'm going to talk about the end clip, so if you haven't, anyway, which is pretty awesome, I must admit. It's a bit weird. It's one of those kind of clips that make you think. A bit like the end of the Avengers 1, where basically there's this girl. I think it's a girl. I can't tell particularly. She's like got blue skin, basically, and she looks like she's building the pyramids. And everyone around her is shouting "Escargot," I think is what they were saying. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were chanting "Escargot." I don't know what that is in Egyptian, but if you know, post in the comments. It's probably gonna be. I'm not too sure. Is Apocalypse a character? I'm pretty sure he is, isn't he? I'm pretty sure I remember hearing that Apocalypse is actually a character. Because I think I vaguely remember seeing him in the X-Men TV series, but only vaguely. Anyway, so that's the next X-Men film, isn't it? X-Men Apocalypse. So you know how I don't know if this was confirmed, but I think it's confirmed that X-Men's 3 and X-Men's Origins Wolverine has been cut from the canon. I think that's what they are saying. Is that true? I think that's true. I'm not sure. Excuse me. Anyway, so a lot of fans will be happy about that. I'm not too bothered either way about those two films, to be honest. They were alright films, in my opinion. They, not overly special, but not too destructively bad. What was I going to say? What else is there to talk about this film that I can remember? Just trying to think what else you would be interested in knowing about the film. I'm trying to think. Well, we know. Well, the Sentinel guy, the guy who made the Sentinels, is still alive, so that's interesting. So, you know, possibly he could make something else to kill mutants with. Or he might completely and utterly change his opinion on mutants. We don't know. Yes, the guy who experimented on Wolverine, I can't remember his name. Post in the comments if you remember his name, because I can't remember his name. In this, he's a young guy in this, and you don't know who he is until Wolverine sees him and freaks out. It's just awesome. And then you're like, oh, it's him. And, he's from X-Men 2, basically. I'm trying to think what other Easter eggs were in the film that I saw that would be interesting. Oh yes, let's talk about Quicksilver. Quicksilver is absolutely hilarious in this film. It's absolutely amazing. There's a scene. His number one best scene is when they're breaking Magneto out of prison, and there's a scene where he's in the kitchen, and he's like a bit like the Flash. He's going around the room. He's like running around the room and taking out the guards one by one. It's quite funny. The sequence is absolutely hilarious. If you haven't seen it, I'm just gonna. Well, this is a spoiler review, so it's awesome. Basically, there's bits when because they all have guns and stuff. And he's running around, knocking guns out of people's hands and moving their sort of arms so they punch themselves in the face and things like that, and moving bullets around, and it's just brilliant because it gets all slow motion. It's just hilarious. Which is really cool because he can go really fast and everyone looks like they're standing completely still, when actually it's not. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant scene. I think it's the best sequence in the entire film. So now the challenge is on Avengers director to make an awesome sequence like that. Yeah. The only thing that really would confuse me is how Quicksilver then gets captured by Hydra in the future. Yeah. Actually, I was just remembering that in the film, you see him. I think there's a picture of him that should be, hopefully, if I found it. Hold on, let's just quickly go on to, I think it's IMDb. Where is it? IMDb. Yeah, hopefully there should be a picture of him here once I found it. Hold on. Oh yeah. X-Men. X-Men days. There we go. Future past. Photos. Aha, here we go. This is the one. Here we are. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm going to assume that this could be well, it doesn't actually say per se that it is, but it could be Scarlet Witch. I'm not too sure. I'm not familiar with these characters, so I would assume it is because they're supposed to be brother and sister. I think that's right, isn't it? Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Yeah, so they're not. She's not confirmed in this, obviously. Yeah, I'm going to assume that that's her. So at some point they are captured by Hydra, but I don't know when. Obviously, we're never gonna find that out. Well, we're gonna find that out in the Avengers film, but we're not gonna find out. I don't know if. Well, we know that how this Quicksilver is going to be different to the one in the Avengers because it's a different timeline's changed and everything. So it'll all be different. I mean, Hugh Jackman in this film is absolutely hilarious. It's brilliant, brilliant film. I can't think. I'm trying to figure out what else to say, but I can't. I can't think of anything else. So I suppose with that, I shall basically sign off. I definitely would recommend going to see this film. I think it's one of the best X-Men films for a while. Let's put it that way. Is it? I think it's actually quite a brilliant X-Men film. The first one will always be, awesome, but I think this one will be one of the best, if not the best. So definitely go see this film. I give it a 10 out of 10. Yes, 10 out of 10. Definitely 10 out of 10. I give it a 10 out of 10. So I recommend you guys to go see X-Men Days of Future Past if you haven't already. And if you have, go see it again because it's awesome. And then there's probably some Easter eggs that you completely and utterly missed because you were focusing on the story, like most people do. Tell me if you've seen the film. Tell me what you think of the film, and tell me what you liked and what you disliked about the film. And tell me if I got things right in this, and tell me which things I got wrong, because I'm probably got a few things wrong. So until next time, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.